and welcome to round 2 of the DiRT3 Rally Championship that Codemasters have hosted. This is round 2 at Kenya. We have 2 rallies and Trailblazer again, but this time the rallies are in the 60s cars and the Trailblazer is in the classic class. So here's the first rally. I have chosen the Renault Alpine. It was the most powerful and it had the best power to weight, which obviously meant many things. I had a few runs on this one. The start was quite fun. There was hidden bumps that you couldn't really see that just sent the car airborne, which were very dangerous, and I had to avoid those as much as possible. Dicing with death on the edge of that cliff there and ran wide, which wasn't helping my time, but my time went too good. Although big slide into the hairpin, that was good fun, every time going through the hairpin. And I think we are going to go into this ditch here, just slightly, just clipping the timing board. Yeah, and then we've got another big moment where we just, yeah, almost hit the Land Rover. Still on the tarmac, just about to hop off the tarmac. Not a very good run through that corner. My rallies were once again quite meh compared to my Trailblazer, and we get a long slide there. We did not want to be sliding for that long as we go underneath the tunnel. Can you really call it a tunnel? Gate. And that corner was an issue. Every time I ran wide and hit a bump, that was probably my best run through there, to be honest. I had much worse. Very, very bad some attempts, and over the 2 small jumps into the right-hander. Now, the setup-wise, I went a bit shorter on the gears, a bit less downforce as ever, because they don't need downforce. I'm surprised this car even has downforce. you know. And don't cut here, they always said, and the dangerous white rocks on the exit, but I was nowhere near them on this run. That did end a couple of my runs sliding into the rocks, which is never good. And quite a nice line through that corner. Quite a nice line. Yeah, the times, as I was saying, I was quite a bit off on my rallies, but my Trailblazer is blazing, if you can put it that, with the sun in your eyes. Lovely jump though. Jumps are always good fun. And this time we don't have any trouble with the bridge. I'm quite happy, because last time the bridge was an issue for me. As we enter, I presume what is a village with a Land Rover, and we're also very near the end of the rally already. It's quite short, and up to the finish. Here we go, with like a chicane with a tree in the way. I mean, I'm not unhappy with the time. I would have liked to do a few more runs, but I really do not have the time. And I think I'm, again, looking at other people, I'm a bit slower than the people who I'd want to beat, but I'm okay with that because it's only a second or two, and I can live with that. As we head to the second rally, which is almost exactly the same backwards, however, it starts at a different place and ends at a different place, but it involves most of the same route. Here we start on tarmac, and we don't end as high up the hill as we started on the previous one. That hairpin was good fun. That probably wasn't my best run through it, but it was a fairly decent run. And just trying to go as fast as we can through here. Same setup as we hit the, I don't know what you'd call that actually, the ridge. Can we go over a ridge? Is that good enough? And that corner was nice, a lot of fun. And here we are, we're about to enter the rally that we just did. Round about here where it finished. No, not here. A bit further on, because we have a water splash. There we go. Here is where we ended the last rally, just before the water, which is a shame. Get a nice splash through the water. I was very wide here, wide, take down the sign. I was often wide through there. I did have 1 or 2 good runs, but this was my best run overall, but I did not have much time. I think I could have done a few seconds off this, but in ways that's not the point to do, 50 runs. You need a good one early on, otherwise it's a bit pointless. Fly out through here, a lot of fun, getting very close to the water, well, They're not really walls. And this jump was a bugger, because as soon as you landed, the front lifted up, and there was a corner straight after it. So, and it wasn't just that one time, it was every single time. Every single time the front just bounced up. They told me don't cut here, but I thought, well, that's a bit daft. And whenever you tell someone not to do something, they instantly go and do it, like I was there. I did cut. Oh, well, I tried to cut, as like they said. Big long hairpin. Quite easy. The cars, I don't know about these 60s cars. They're not slow in any means, but they're a bit annoying to drive. They don't slide as much. They're not. It's a lot slower to slide. We've almost finished again. About to go underneath the gate where the finish is, so we don't go up the mountain like we did on the previous. Well, we didn't go down. We went down the mountain, but we don't go up it this time. And that time again, it wasn't bad. It was all right, but I could have done better, to be honest. As we head to the Trailblazer, I am in the Toyota, the Tacoma. Is that it? Because power to weight. It was so powerful. And here we go for the start. Absolutely flat out for quite a while once again. Now, I've included the cockpit view as well, because like I said last time, it doesn't affect the view. It's more interesting, get to see my steering input. And we are getting very close to these mud mounds. I think that's what they are. And the first braking zone, that was a pretty decent line. Maybe a bit too slidey, but it was pretty solid. And this corner was a lot of fun. That was a fairly decent line. And it goes straight into a left-hander, so you do actually want a bit of a slider, so you can get a somewhat Scandinavian flick into the next corner. And we are flat once again into the left-hander. Big slide, but it was able to cope with it. This is four-wheel drive, so you just floor it and you just start going straight again. And we are going into a long right-hander. I think off the throttle for a short while, but you need to get the power on really early in these. That's quite key. And flat out up this hill, which is a lot of fun as well, because the mud mounds are very dangerous. If you touch one, you're dead. There are a few bumps as well, which if you hit quite badly can send you into the mounds. We're still flat out for this right-hander, quite a long right-hander that suddenly sharpens up a bit, as I do get a bit of a slide, but not a problem. And then into a bit of a tighter section, but it's still flat out, still easily flat out. Avoiding the bushes on the inside of into the left-hander. Big slide. I had worse slides through there. That was actually one of my better lines through that corner. And then we got water splash again. And then we need to get really close to the log on the inside, which we do. We get very, very close. Flat out again, left-hander. Bit of a bump here, no problem. And then a right, and then a left, and then we go underneath a gate. Now, the gate has like a cattle grid, which is very dangerous. That hit was my best hit over the cattle grid. I know twice I hit the cattle grid, flew, and went into a rock, and I wasn't really under any control. So that corner was my best corner I'd ever done around there. The car just felt so nice. Left-hander, I could have done this better. I do run, yeah, a bit wide, but keep the throttle down. And then quite a slow left-hander. It's slower than you think, but as long as you get the car rotated, it's alright. And this corner as well is much slower than you think. And if you stay wide, it's very dangerous because there's a ditch on the outside, and if you fall into, you're dead. And also, if you get really close to the inside of the corner, you're dead because there's a bump that sends the car airborne into a rock, which I'll show. I'll show it right now. Hit the bump, and dead. It's not very good. So my Trailblazer time was really good, actually. I was super happy with it. It's like a few seconds off the best, whilst my rally times are like 6 or 7 or 8, maybe even more from the best. So I'm much more enjoying the Trailblazer. And considering that it's been rally Trailblazer, hopefully it's going to continue like that, so we'll always have a Trailblazer, and so I can always stay in the middle, the mid-pack, because my rallies aren't quite there. But that was Kenya. I don't know what's next. I'm going to have a guess. I'm going to guess America at Michigan. I hope so. Michigan's a lot of fun. Or did we? Yeah, I hope we do Michigan, because it's got all the roads, so it's probably the fastest rally, I think. Oh, it's definitely fast because of all the tarmac. But anyway, so that was Kenya. So I'll see you next time for round 3.